Hello students, let us continue with the topic Goods and Services Tax, that is GST. In this video, we are going to discuss about the input tax credit and we'll also be discussing the sums based on input tax credit. So let us start with the topic of input tax credit. Input tax credit, ITC. Input tax credit means that while paying tax on sale of the goods and services, you can avail the tax you have already paid on the purchase of the above goods and services and pay only the balance amount as tax. Now students, we'll discuss an example based for this one to understand the meaning of input tax credit. So for example, for a registered dealer, if the input tax is equal to rupees 80 and the output tax is equal to rupees 100, then the input tax credit for the dealer will be equal to input tax, which is equal to rupees 80. And the dealer will pay rupees 100 minus rupees 80, which will be equal to rupees 20 to the government as the GST. Now students, this is what we need to remember, that a dealer of any product is going to purchase that product also, and then he is going to sell that product. And while he is going to purchase that product, he is going to pay a tax on it. And that tax is called as the input tax. And when he is going to sell that product, he is going to charge a tax from the customer, and that tax is called as the output tax. Now, he is not going to pay the full tax which he has charged from the customer to the government. What he is going to do, he will be deducting the amount of tax which he has already paid, and the remaining extra amount which he has charged from the customer, he is going to pay to the government. So that is why in this case, the dealer will pay rupees 100 minus rupees 80, which is equal to rupees 20 to the government as GST. So now students, we will be discussing the sums based on input tax credit. The first example is, let A, B and C be three traders belonging to different states. Trader A sells some goods services to trader B for rupees 500 and B sells the same goods and services to trader C at a profit of rupees 200. Now calculate the tax liability of B if the rate of GST is 12%. Now students, in this case, we are given that the traders ABC, they belongs to different states. So it is a case of interstate transaction. And we know that in the case of interstate transaction, we are going to charge IGST. Now we need to calculate the tax liability of trader B. So we have given the heading as for B. Now for B, the cost price is rupees 500 and this is the price at which he has bought the goods from trader A. Now he has sold the same goods and services to trader C at a profit of rupees 200. So his selling price will be rupees 700. That is 500 which he has paid to trader A plus 200 the profit which he has charged from trader C. So his SP amounts to be rupees 700. The rate of GST given is 12%. So on the cost price, we are going to calculate the input tax, and on the selling price, we are going to calculate the output tax. So the input tax, that will be the IGST, will be equal to 12% of rupees 500, which is equal to rupees 60. And the output tax, that is also the IGST only, which is equal to 12% of rupees 700, which is equal to rupees 84. So therefore, the net tax liability on trader B, which will be equal to output tax minus input tax, which is equal to 84 minus 60, which come out to be rupees 24. The next example is a product is sold from Kanpur, UP to Banaras, UP for 12,000, and then from Banaras to Ranchi, which is in Jharkhand, at a profit of rupees 4,000. If the rate of GST is 18%, find the net GST payable at Banaras. Now students, in this question, we need to calculate the net GST payable at Banaras. So for a dealer in Banaras, he has bought the goods from a dealer in Kanpur, so which is in the same state. So it will be a case of intrastate transaction, and he has sold the same product to a dealer in Ranchi, which is in Jharkhand. So that will be a case of interstate transaction. So in case of CP, CGST and SGST will be calculated, and in case of SP, IGST will be calculated. Now for a dealer at Banaras, the cost price is rupees 12,000 and the selling price will be rupees 16,000 because he has sold the product at a profit of rupees 4,000. Now the input CGST will be equal to 9% of rupees 12,000. Why 9%? Because the rate of GST is 18%. So rate of tax for CGST and SGST will be 9% each. So input CGST will be 9% of 12,000, which is equal to rupees 1,080, and input SGST will also be equal to 9% of rupees 12,000, which is equal to rupees 1,080. So the input tax will be equal to 1,080 plus 1,080, which is equal to rupees 2,160. Now in case of SP, we are going to calculate the output tax, and in this case it will be output IGST, which is equal to 18% of rupees 16,000, which is equal to rupees 2,880. Now the net GST payable by a dealer at Banaras will be equal to output tax minus input tax, which is equal to rupees 2,880 minus 2,160, which come out to be rupees 720. Now students, let us discuss the next example. So the next example is an article is sold from Jaipur, Rajasthan to Indore, MP for rupees 5,000, and then from Indore to Bhopal, which is in MP. If the rate of tax under GST is 18% and the profit made by the dealer in Indore is rupees 2,000, find number 1, net GST payable by the dealer in Indore. Number 2, CP for the dealer who is the end user in Bhopal. Now student, as we need to calculate the net GST payable by the dealer in Indore, and for the dealer in Indore, the CP is rupees 5,000 and he has sold it at a profit of rupees 2,000. So his SP is rupees 7,000. Now when he has bought the goods from a dealer in Jaipur, which is in Rajasthan, so it is a case of interstate transaction. So in that case, we are going to calculate IGST. So input IGST will be equal to 18% of rupees 5,000, which come out to be equal to rupees 900. And he has sold it in the same state. So it will be a case of intrastate transaction. So in that case, we are going to calculate CGST and SGST. So output CGST will be equal to 9% of rupees 7,000, which is equal to rupees 630. And output SGST will also be 9% of rupees 7,000, which is 630. So total output tax will be equal to rupees 1,260. So net tax liability will be equal to output tax minus input tax. which is 1260 minus 900, which comes out to be equal to rupees 360. Now, for the second case, we need to calculate the CP for the dealer who is the end user in Bhopal. Now, CP for the dealer who is the end user in Bhopal will be equal to SP of a dealer in Indore plus the output tax, which will be equal to rupees 7,000 plus rupees 1,260, which comes out to be equal to rupees 8,260. So now students, you all must have understood the concept of GST. So now you all are going to solve the sums. So till then, thank you and have a nice day.